Right, well, hello there folks and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've been on, and what a year it's been. It's been a tough year for everybody. So I'm just on today. I'm going to just have a wee chat, let you know that I'm okay, we're doing fine. Me and my family touch Herrywood. So far we've escaped the lurgy and we've had our first injection. All of us have had our first injection. We're still waiting on word for our second injection, and we've got 4 weeks still till our 12 weeks are up. Anyway, I'm making another album just to try and get me back into the crafting mojo and get me started again. So I'm going to do a sea themed one. There, that's my cover. Wee bits of glue still to come off there. I'm using a paper pack from the range, which is that one there, the Fresh Feeling. No, I'm telling you lies, it was not from the range, it's from the works, £3. So I'm using that one, and I've got it cut up. I have done my outside cover, my inside covers, and that's my first flap. I have a pocket that goes in the top here. No, it doesn't, it goes on the side here. And I've got one that goes in the top up there. You flip that open and I've got the pocket in the back here. And I don't know if I left a space. No, I didn't leave a space in that one. So that's my first one, and I've got a pocket up the top there. There'll be a pocket in there as well with that one. So I'm going on to my next page here. So I just thought I would have a wee chat and just how you doing, hello, how are you type thing. Now I've done naming the sea green one, so I think I'm going to do this on the blue side. I'm using my my Distress Oxides antique linen, and I'm just going to ink round the edges while I'm yapping. I'll use the opposite of that. It's just to tone it in with the craft card, because I've used craft envelopes to make the album itself, and brown architrave bookbinding tape to bind it all together. So this is my sand element here. So what have you all been doing? Comment and let me know. Tell me what you've all been doing in the last year. I did hear from Avril, who's Popsy's Ribbon and Lace, and I did hear from Crafty Kitty, who's Krista from Canada, way back last year some point. And I know hundreds of people haven't been on YouTube. I certainly haven't been on anywhere near as much as I used to. But it's getting to the stage you're almost scared to reach out and say, are you okay? Did you manage? Did you get through it? Have you had your jags? Here in Britain and Scotland, from last Friday, is the first that it's been legal to travel out with your area in Scotland. So that's like out with your 5 mile local area, as they were calling it. It wasn't even your district. You know how, like, I'm in North Ayrshire, so it wasn't even your district, it was within a 5 mile radius. We had heard of a few people getting £1,000 fines. One in particular who came from just 2 towns away in Ardrossan to Asda's to do her shopping, and she got stopped and they gave her a £60 fine or an £80 fine, and she says, oh well, they've given me a fine, I'm going to keep going. And keep going she did, and they followed her into Asda's and everything and gave her a £1,000 fine. So we weren't risking it. We weren't going out. we played by the rules. We stayed in. We didn't have anybody in the house. We didn't go out. We went out maybe once a week for our shopping, and it was to the grocery shop, whether it be Asda's or whatever, or Tesco's. We kind of changed it up a wee bit because we're lucky enough to have most of them within our 5 mile radius, and we've also got Lidl's and Aldi's. It's quite close, Sainsbury's and a Morrison's, all within the 5 mile of my house, so we were quite lucky. But we would go 8 o'clock in the morning or 5 or 6 o'clock at night, just because the shops were dead and it was quiet. We do have to still wear our masks here, and I think that's going to be the case for the foreseeable future. I can't really see that changing. As of Monday coming, you are allowed to travel anywhere in Scotland. So we're looking forward to that. We're in the process of doing a camper van just now, converting a van to a camper van. That's been taking up quite a lot of our time. I'm just waiting on the solar panel coming for that. I've not been doing it personally, but I have been giving my artistic input, you know, as it goes. Been helping out where I can. Health-wise for me, yep, pretty much the same. For those that know me and know my issues, I don't get into that on Facebook. Recently I've had another issue which requires an ultra 3D scan, whichever that is. Tomorrow night, so I go for at 7 o'clock tomorrow night for that, just to yearn something. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm still getting up in the morning, I'm still smiling, and I am managing to get back to my crafting because I haven't done it for a long time. Like the most of yous, I think we just kind of lost it a wee bit, eh? Anyway, we're back to it and we're getting there. And this is a kind of watery theme thing for this page here. As you see, I'm bibbing braces. I am using the tape and the glue because I want these albums to last for a long time, you know. And Caroline, you haven't cut this very well at all. That's what you get for yapping. Come on, fingers. No. That's better. Stop the talking and you'll get there. Right, this is my old crafty cardie. I use this old cardie because, as you see, I use it to wipe the glue off. And it stays out here in my she shed. Weather-wise, it's not too bad. It's quite nice today, actually. We've hardly had any rain. We've hardly had any rain for last year. We had a week about February time when it rained for almost a week, and that's it. The ground, I've put, my daffodils have all grew up and they're withering because there's no water. I put my winter bedding plants in, which was my pansies and my primulas. I put them in, and I have to keep getting Mason to water them because they're bone dry, absolutely bone dry. Now let me see, there's no a top and a bottom to this. And the cats up the road keep digging them out, and I'm gonna drive me nuts. So they are driving me crazy. I've got chicken wire all over my garden because any spare bit of soil they cats are in, peeing all over everything, getting on my nerves. So glue on the outside of this as well. As I say, I've not done much crafting at all. I've done a fair bit of sewing. I've been doing a bit of sewing. Obviously been keeping up with the mask thing, so I've made a load of my own masks for myself and my family. I bought the fabric and done my own, and I've made them all with pockets for the N95 filters. And yep, hopefully we're beating this thing. Hopefully it's fed up with us and it's going away. Although I did hear just 2 days ago, I think it was, that there is now the new Mumbai strain. So we've all got that to look forward to as well. Drive you mad, so it would. There was only so many cases in Scotland the other day, but it doubled overnight, so they're kind of worried that it's not going to work with the vaccines. Just typical. So anyway, how you's all been doing? Comment and let me know. I'm hoping to get back to some happy swaps and things like that when we are allowed to. When we can do these things again and it is deemed safe to do so, because I just wouldn't send anything just now. You just don't know. I've got a lot of sea themed dyes that I've already showed you in hauls last year, or possibly even the year before now. It's been that long ago. I think it would have been the year before actually. I've got a lot of sea themed dyes, shells, mermaids, that kind of thing, so that's where I'm going with this. And I have loads of pictures of my boys at the beach and memories and things over the years. So I have, so that's all going to go in here. I have made some embellishments. I'll show you them. Here they come. I had loads of this funny coloured, you know, the cloud clay, that super light paper clay stuff. I had loads of that left. Look, I've made some seahorses, and yes, they are out of shape because I want shape. I don't like my things all flat, and I've got shells and I've got starfish and different shells and different starfish. Excuse me. And I've got mermaid tails here, and that's one that I coloured already with green, but that was just mica, and I think that's going to come off. Wait to get my brush. Because I just brushed it with the mica. I think that will come off. Actually, it's staying on pretty well. But that was me just too eager to try. I'm going to paint them all white, I think. I'll go for a gesso on the top of them all. Look, I've got all different shells. I've done some full-sized shells. And I've done some part shells. Because that shell and that shell there is the same shell, but that's just the same mould, sorry, but that's just the centre bit out it. I've got turtles and all sorts of, so yep, I'm going to paint them white, and the white that's on them is just like talcum or corn powder or something. It does brush off, but it doesn't matter because oh, there, I've threw it away. I'm going to paint them white anyway, and then I will tint them to go with my theme, my colour. So let's get this back down here. I would love to hear from you folks, to see where you are and what you are up to. Just make sure that you are still happy and healthy. I'm going to slightly curve this a wee bit because it sits in your card better. Just run it through your fingers. Yeah, that's the top, so I'm going to do it this way here. I'm going to do this here, here. The good thing about this card is when you peel the tape off, it doesn't look, because it peels a layer off it. So I'm going to do it like that. So I want it across the bottom and up this side, so across the bottom and up that side. Well, weather here is gorgeous, as I was saying. Very dry though. It's about 17 degrees here today, which is absolutely brilliant for April for Scotland. Last year it was amazing at this time. We had 2 fantastic months. Absolutely brilliant months of weather, which made the first lockdown go pretty quick, I have to say. Because everybody got out into their garden, if you had a garden. Otherwise you were in the house. I'm filling my hot tub today. I've got it all out and disinfected again. I disinfect it before I put it away for winter, but I always do it at the start of the year again. I've got it disinfecting, and I washed it and put it surrounding everything up yesterday. So that's getting filled today. I'm waiting on Amazon coming to deliver my filters. And then we'll get into that. So we will. And that leaves me the pocket up here to get into. And a pocket at the side here. Just a wee one, I think it is. At the side, see. Actually, it's quite deep. So that's not bad. So that's that one and that one. Right, 1, 2, and onto the back bit here. As I said, you can see I have just went round with Distress Oxides and this. Has everybody else been crafting? Have you been staying busy? How have you been managing? Comment and let me know. Christine from Glasgow, how you getting on? I seen it used to be Christine's Life or something like that. Sorry, I forget the name of the YouTube channels. I haven't been on for ages, absolutely ages, I have to say. And of course everybody's getting onto the TV, and the TV's absolutely rubbish. Because they're not bringing out anything new. No new films or anything, so it's the same old, same old. But anyway guys, let's hope that this is it bye. Although something deep down keeps telling me that we're only going to lurch from one thing to another now. This is the way forward, this is the way it's going to be. I've got an awful feeling. So Christine, yeah, if you see my video, give us a wee comment, let me know how yous are. I do think about yous. And the lovely Sue, how you doing? The lady that used to stay in my town, how you doing? No, Crafty Sue, Little Beginner, I think was her channel, if I mind. Right, Sue, how's the family? How's the children all doing? I hope yous are all well. Crazy, crazy times, folks. But anyway, I'm going to leave that off. What side will I leave it off? This side here. So I'll peel a bit back so as I can put something in the side there. Everybody's getting new huts delivered just now and getting all their gardens all done. On Friday there was the first time we've had friends. We had somebody in, my friend and her husband came in July, not into the house, just into the garden. As I said, our gardens are about 100 foot, so we've got plenty of room. And the lockdown was off in July last year for us, so we were fine to do it. Oh no, Caroline, you don't want it in the middle, because you're going to have a pocket. Well remembered. And on Friday there is the first we've had anybody in our house or our garden since last year. We've just not had anybody in at all, which is pretty sad because we're quite social creatures. But hopefully that's us, we're getting back to it. Now, see all these wee things? When these pockets here, I was going to do them all like that, right? But it was a nightmare. It was really time consuming. So it was. So I'm done my front pocket and my back pocket with them, and that's all I'm doing with them. I've got another one to put on there, so I'll get that on. But keep all your see all your wee bits that you've cut off. Keep all them because they will mimic waves. That's one that I cut. You know, these will mimic waves to go on tags or to make tuck spots, that kind of thing. Don't throw all these wee bits out, they're brilliant. And it's amazing where they just come in and come into their own. So I've got loads and loads of them that I've cut off already. I see like these things here, these make brilliant tuck spots. You could put that on there. And that could be a wee tuck spot for, let me use a piece of paper here. You know, for your photo, for your photo or a memory or a tag or anything you want to put in them. Whatever you normally put in them. There, so keep a hold of all the wee bits and pieces, they're really handy. So I keep them in a pile at the side here. I'm going to cut some more card now. I've got 2 13s, 3 13s, and I need more 12s. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I better show you the trim because I never showed you the tie. It's 4 different kinds of ribbon, sorry. I've got the green shell one. Well, it's a kind of, you know, it's a kind of sea green colour. I've got the gold to represent the sand, and I've got a sand coloured rick-rack ribbon, and that is going to be my tie, my closure, once it's all finished, and it goes all the way around the back there, as you can see, all the way around. Okay, right, I'm going to love yous and leave yous at that, and I'll come back and I'll show yous the decorating process of it. But stay safe, stay happy, nip in and say hi if you can. And I'll see you all again the next time. Bye.